Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and yet another episode of my F1 2018 career mode. Now if you guys did miss the last race earlier on today at the Spanish Grand Prix, do check it out by clicking the card in the top right hand corner of your screen. It was a very good race and it actually sets us up quite nicely for this race weekend here at Monaco in terms of keeping the momentum going from the last couple of races. There's a full playlist link down below in the description for all of the episodes so far, guys. Before we get too deep into the series, if you want to get up to speed to how we got to this point, then you've still got a chance by checking out the first 5 races. But as you can see, going to Monaco, I thought I'd show the R&D screen in detail, and as you can see, we have upgrades for this race which have gone to the car, and we are now above Force India. We've actually overtaken them, and we're making very good progress here going into Monaco. And for this race, I've sort of announced it and I teased it, and I am going to do cockpit view for this race weekend, guys, at Monaco, so hopefully you're looking forward to it. And fingers crossed it goes pretty well for us. I'm really looking forward to this race weekend. It's one that I've been looking forward to for a while, and especially after the last couple of races where we've been doing some good results, it's better to come into this race with a bit of momentum. You know, if we'd done Monaco after Australia and Bahrain, I would have been a little bit more negative. However, we've actually got the wind in our sails and feeling pretty damn positive about the whole thing. And Monaco was absolutely awesome to drive. I love this track so much, and it's the ultimate challenge. And this year, even more than ever, with the new sort of way the cars drive over the curbs, the tyre temperatures, and also having to also manage your engine ERS as well whilst driving around Monaco. It's a proper challenge this year in Monaco, and I absolutely love it. And all in all, practice was pretty decent, nothing spectacular. We got the main programs out of the way. We failed in the qualifying and also ERS tests because the lap time that they wanted me to match was just impossible. So all in all, we still got some decent points underneath us, and we can carry those forward for the rest of the weekend and hopefully add on some more upgrades. But going into Saturday qualifying, and it was overcast conditions here. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect. Based off of practice, we had some decent pace. But it's one of them ones where we could get Q1 or we could go straight into Q3. It just depends on the AI, their pace, if they make any mistakes, and also if we get the perfect lap hooked up or whether we struggle to get the lap hooked up altogether. And there's a lot of different factors floating around here, so it's going to be an interesting one. It is overcast with a chance of rain as well, so that's going to really add a little bit of an element of a little spice mixture into the mix for this qualifying session. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting session, so hopefully we can go well. Realistically around Monaco, qualifying is critical. It's the most important qualifying of the year that will dictate how well you do in the race and your potential of scoring points. So the pressure's on and the mistakes have to be minimal, if not non-existent, around such a tricky circuit. Now the first lap was okay, we went P15. However, on our second attempt, we got Jeff on the radio. We dropped down to P17, and then he broke some pretty interesting news to us regarding the chance of rain. So let's have a quick listen and see what Jeff has to say. And there we go, rain is on the way, so we're going to have to make this lap count, and this was my best lap in the session, so we're going to run on board for the rest of it here as we now go down the hill into Mirabeau's second gear action, really picking up that inside line as close as you like to the barriers. And that's one thing that I do I've noticed, and I do talk about it in the race towards the end of the Grand Prix. In this year's game, they seem to have remodeled the way the tyres are, because they definitely look a lot slimmer, which is more realistic to real life. Last year they were so fat. And the way you drive Monaco is completely changed. You can get so much closer to the barriers in this year's game. It's almost like the invisible tyre difference that was made up in last year's game, which made the tyre so thick, is non-existent anymore. So you can really lean on the edge and really get as close as you dare to the barriers. Now, our lap was actually okay until this point, but then right here at the swimming pool, it just got a bit scruffy as we started to bump the walls, and ultimately it really cost us a bit of time. We lost about 1.5, I'd say, tenths, maybe 2 tenths even, because we lost a lot of momentum through that section because of it, and it sort of upset my racing line. And ultimately we crossed the line, we go P6, we just miss out with Gasly actually in front of us in P15, and then we went out for one more attempt, but the rain started to come down, and not just that, we had a major problem with the car.
We've lost one of the gears, the transmission is significantly damaged, we're down a gear.
And there we go, it's pretty bad news. We've got a gearbox problem, a pretty severe one at that, and ultimately that ended my qualifying chances. Luckily, Gasly also got knocked out in P16, so we're both out in Q1, and we only lost out by 1 place. However, a gearbox issue is a big one, and we're going to have to put a new gearbox in the back of the car, which means we'll be starting from the back of the grid. So the pressure's on, and we knew about this from the last race. I was chancing my luck to see if I could survive this race. Ultimately, the gearbox issue occurred, so it's time for Monaco, back of the grid. Let's do it.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend downwards towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners at Saint-Devote, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. And as the drivers start thinking about getting a good start and how on earth to get through Saint-Devote in one piece, I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, if we might be seeing a safety car or two today.
Well, you wouldn't exactly bet against it, would you? Statistically, it is pretty common, of course. About 80% of all Monaco Grand Prix will have at least one safety car. And that's despite the incredible work of the marshals around here, who you'll often see lifting cars out of the way just under the yellow flag conditions. The teams will always plan for the worst case scenario though, and they'll be making sure various caution periods are built into their strategy models for the race.
Right guys, it is time for the Monaco Grand Prix. We are starting from the back of the grid. As you saw, we took a gearbox penalty because I lost the gear in qualifying. I knew this was going to be a problem, and this is not the track I want to take a gearbox. Unfortunately, I didn't realise at the time I should have taken the gearbox at Baku when I took the engine penalties, but it is what it is. We're starting from the back here in Monaco, so just like in Baku, we can only go forwards this race, and hopefully we can have a good old race. It's going to be cloudy throughout the entirety of the Grand Prix. Now, it said the exact same weather of cloud throughout in qualifying, yet it's still raining in Q1 towards the end, as you saw. So there is a chance, you never know, it could spit with rain. We're going for the one-stop strategy today, absolutely key strategy. Hopefully we can make it work. Traffic's going to be an issue, I think. Also, front wings are going to be very, very precious to us, and hopefully we can have a good race. It's going to be a challenge. Cockpit view, ultimate challenge, 110% AI and simulation damage. It's going to be tough, guys, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are too. And without further ado, let's get into the race of round number 6 for the Monaco Grand Prix. Right, Monaco, deep breath. It's time, baby. I'm going to be aggressive here. Oh my god, what a start. What a start. Oh my days, that was one of the best starts I've had. Into turn 1, aggressive as you like. Up the inside. On the power, there we go, P15. What a start, there's been a crash behind. It looks like there's been a pile up. But we've managed to get ourselves into P15. Fantastic start to the race. Behind Pierre Gasly, who's P14. So overall, that is a phenomenal start. I said I didn't want to go aggressive. That's exactly what I did. And it paid off. So we're 15th behind our teammate. Let's get head down and concentrate. They are extremely close. I don't want to go for any moves because it's just stupid. You're going to go to the inside and you're probably going to get put in the wall or something, and the AI will probably knock off a bit of end plate damage or something. So it's better off playing it simple here early on, and we'll go for the moves later on. It's a shame we couldn't get Gasly at the start, but I'm not complaining. P15, we're even better than where we qualified, so it's a fantastic start. But now is that time where concentration is going to be required as we delve into this race. So I'll get back to you with things that occur, but for now I'm going to get my head down and try and get past Pierre, who seems to be struggling here. Pierre definitely struggling at the moment with some pace issues. Turning the ERS up, engine mode up, but we had a pretty damn poor exit. Not into turn 1, but maybe I can get him up the hill potentially. Let's have a look. We are running it close here. Pierre definitely has something wrong with his car. He's struggling through the corners massively. We had a look, but he stood firm. Stoffel Van Dorn out of the Monaco Grand Prix. Here's the first retirement of the race. This is going to be frustrating already, I can tell, trying to get past the guy in the same machine as me. We do get close through there. Do I dare? Yes, I do dare. Oh my god, what a move. I couldn't even do that move in F1 2017. I've done it first time of asking on F1 2018. Wow. Right then, we're P14. What a start to this race. Fantastic.
Okay, entering lap 3.
Let's get our head down.
DRS has been enabled.
Right, we've got some good pace here. I'm happy with how the car's driving. I have the slightest bit of front right end plate damage I've noticed. I'll check again. But it looked like we do have a little bit of, we do have a little bit on the right front. You can see that. Maybe not in the video, but I can definitely notice it. It's just a a little bit yellowish, but I'm not really noticing it so far. So we'll keep our head down. Let's see if we can catch up to this train of cars in front of us here.
Some information on Hulkenberg. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Okay, Hulkenberg with a potential car problem. That's good news for me. I've realised the ERS consumption is very low here, so I'm going to run in high. Also, I've tweaked the brake bias to 57 because the rears were locking a little bit too much and I was having too many risky near misses with the wall. So now I feel a lot better with the car. Another personal best here. And we're starting to find our feet and pick up the pace a bit here, so I'm quite happy.
The teammate behind is 4.3 seconds.
Right, we've got cars in the pit lane. That's a very early stop, but the Hypersofts don't really last that much, so it's to be expected in a way. I've been told to put the ERS into overtake, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Time to really pick up the pace. This one stopper is going to be critical for us to really do well this race because we need to be ahead of the likes of Raikkonen and keep them behind us.
Right, the car behind has come in to put on the ultra soft tyre. That's the car behind, now on the ultra softs.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag here. I saw some debris just now. Something might have gone wrong.
Caution.
Yep,
caution.
still a yellow flag, and there's been a pile up here at Raskask. Grosjean and Ocon seems to have come to blows. We're going to take that, thank you very much. 2 positions for me. And we're up into P7. Raikkonen now right behind me. He's got DRS, but he just cannot get close enough to me because I'm in overtake ERS. Kimi is really starting to pile the pressure on here.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Will do, Jeff. Just give me a second. I'm kind of in trouble at the moment. Raikkonen really put me under severe pressure here. Right then, here comes Kimi. He's already pretty damn close. He's going to look for the inside. I'm just going to let him go. Makes no sense for me to fight this battle. I'm going to lose. I'm driving my own race here.
The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment.
This is what we came for, to frustrate people. That's what we're doing right now. It's working so far. At the moment we're holding on here. I'm actually being able to save the battery in medium. And I'm just now I'm using the old-fashioned engine mixture. So I'm using rich on the back straight
To the car in
and the
front
home
is
straight.
7.8 seconds.
That way I get to save the battery as much as I can. That was a very close brush with the wall there. That could have been pretty damn fatal. Okay, so far we've got this under control. We're holding on nicely here. This P6 is under control.
Okay, gap to leader, 13.7 seconds. Virtual safety car,
VSC
virtual
deployed.
safety car. Reduce speed
Not
immediately
sure.
and keep a positive delta.
Not sure why that's come out,
slow
but
down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay, clear.
right, back underway. VSC finished. Back to racing speed. Not sure why that occurred, but not complaining. It allowed me to save up a little bit of battery power and also some fuel mixture. So let's crack on with it here. You can see my tyre wear. Tyre starting to get a little bit second hand now. But we are still holding on here. We're defending from Verstappen and we're doing the job, which is fine. So let's keep this up. I can definitely feel the rear tyres now starting to really burn up here and give way. Struggling for that grip. My rears are cooked.
Okay,
That's the
gap
sign.
ahead is 15.7 seconds.
When your rears are hot, you lose the back end, and that's a sign that the tyres have had it. I'm trying to cool these down by not spinning up the rears, but it's nearly impossible. Right, then I just got to try and survive on these rear tyres for a couple more corners here. But these are cooked.
Remember to pit this lap.
You've got to be so careful. Right, we've survived. Now into the pit lane. There we go. Make sure we don't speed. There we go. That pit entry does catch me out quite a lot. Right then, we've done our stint. We're in P10. The next car is Pierre Gasly, so that's not too bad. I'm not going to get the front wing change. I'm going to just stick with what I've got and hopefully it will do the job. We are going to come out in comfortable clean air, so at worst this race we should finish 10th and in the points at worst. So
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
let's hope we can have a good ending to this race here, and hopefully there's more to come. But this is definitely good for us. Clean air. I'm going to leave it in standard, leave it in medium. I just want to drive my own race now and do my thing. It might be very boring, but I'll take a P10 around Monaco after starting from the back of the grid. Got a Renault in the pit lane. I'm guessing that's Carlos Sainz. Can we come out back ahead of him here? Have we done enough? Yes, we have. He's in the pit lane, so P9 for us. That's good news. I swear he was in the train with us, unless that was Nico Hulkenberg. I didn't really pay attention to what Renault it was, but if he was in the train with us, he's lost a lot of time. He must have had an altercation. Either way, we're in P9, and we can definitely finish here in the race, which is good news.
Pierre is in for his stop.
we can definitely finish in P9. That is very realistic because we've got a nice gap to Sainz. He is on ultra Sainz, but the gap we have should be okay for us to stay ahead.
Leading our teammate by 14.3 seconds.
Right, Alonso's in the pit lane along with the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. I think
Alonso is in the
Verstappen
pits.
will stay ahead, and Alonso stays ahead as well, to my surprise. There he is. So, we've lost a couple of places. Those guys have got the overcut on me, so fair play. But I'm not concerned. It's one of them ones where, you know what, I'm not even that mad, because the fact I started last and I'm in the points, for me, is a massive W already. I'm going to keep it in, in the high ERS mode and see if we can keep up with Alonso. Maybe something can come from it. But, I mean, based off the last stint, he was faster than me, as he was stuck in that train, so I'd assume he'll pull away from me. We're still clocking up personal best here, and we've got Valtteri Bottas there leaving the pit lane. He's had some sort of incident or something because he was nowhere near us, so Bottas has had a problem or he's had to do an extra stop. We're doing personal best though, which is good. Sainz is actually really catching me up here. He's flying around the racetrack. He's closing me down at a rapid rate.
Showing small signs of wear. Power output will be down.
Another personal best.
Gap to car in front is 3.7 seconds.
I don't care about the gap to the car in front of me. I want the car behind because Sainz is catching me over a second a lap at the moment. I want to say Sainz might have to stop again. I mean, he came in at the end of lap 19 for ultras. Surely he can't go to the end of the race on those. I mean, that's the majority of the race on one set of ultra soft compound tyres. I mean, maybe he can,
the
but
distance to the leader is 26.3 seconds.
I highly doubt it. We're keeping it in medium ERS because I want to save some battery to defend myself. We was running high, but like I said, I put medium down because I do want to have a little bit of extra battery to defend from Sainz. I really want this P9 badly, so I don't mind losing the positions to the undercut or the overcut, but on track, I don't want to lose the position to nobody, so let's prepare to defend ourselves here. Also, the good news is that Renault is not any Red Bull or Mercedes when it comes to straight line speed, or Ferrari, so we should be okay to keep him behind, I think. So yeah, I'm not even needing to use the higher engine modes, which is decent, so this should be a pretty straightforward defensive drive. We're getting such good traction out of all the traction zones, Sainz can't get near me on the straights. I mean, we're still lapping strong here, within a tenth of a personal best, in standard engine modes. It's looking very good so far, and I think we can do this, we can bring this one home. I've only just now discovered I can get a hell of a lot closer to walls than what I have been getting. I mean, it looks extremely close on my camera here.
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace.
However, I've realised, in this game you can notice the tyres do look a little bit slimmer, like they've got them properly made this year. Last year they were so fat and I kept on clipping the walls, but this year I don't seem to be doing it. I can really get closer to walls. Like there, you can see how close I got. Normally I would have hit the wall in F1 2017, but this year I'm not, and I've actually found a couple of tenths of a second just by doing that. I reckon I could do a personal best here. I'll try and demonstrate now through this section how close you can get to the walls here. See, places where I wouldn't normally turn in, this year I can because I don't clip the wall, which is it's really intriguing actually.
Gap to car in front is 11.8 seconds.
To be fair, you would have seen that in the video. It gives such an adrenaline rush. You can get so much closer to the walls. I like how I've only just noticed this 30 odd laps into the race, but because in F1 2017 I was so used to not touching the walls again anywhere near them, now you can actually really experience Monaco much more in its real life form and get as close as you dare to the walls. As you can see there, I'm really pushing the limits here of seeing how close I can get to the wall, but this is so much more on the edge. Look how close I am to every single wall. There's someone else that's catching up. It looks like there's a Mercedes catching up, and it's Bottas ahead, so does that mean Hamilton's outside of the top 10? Looking at the colour of the dot on the minimap, it looks like Hamilton's car, so if that is Hamilton outside of the top 10, we're going to have a little bit of a late rush here to hold on to this position, I think. Right, then we're getting there. We're managing to hold on. The high energy mode is really helping me out. I think I'll be okay to keep it in high until the end of the Grand Prix. Maybe down a medium for the last lap.
Laps of fuel remaining.
But we are definitely holding on here. Hamilton cannot get close to Sainz because Sainz has got momentum and slipstream on me. So this is good so far. I think we've got this. No mistakes, and we've got this. Left rear is getting a bit hot here. We're going to have to be careful now and be very easy on the tyres. because, like I said, it's getting very hot. So we have to be very easy on the tyres until they cool down. But now the left rear's cooled down a bit and it's green again. Now we can keep on pushing, but the tyre carcass temperature there almost screwed me over. Once you get them rear tyres hot, you cannot slow the car down. Here we go then on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. Driving a little bit slower now because I want to try and keep my tyres in check. It's better to go a little bit slower, but keep my tyres in the temperature window than lose the rear tyres around this circuit, because I'm going to go straight in the wall otherwise. Oh my god. Sergio Perez has won the Monaco Grand Prix. How has that even happened? Oh my days. I don't think I got defensive here. I got signs looking for a move. I had to take a compromised line. It's not all over just yet. I need to stay focused. This is very tense. Tyres definitely feel like they've gone, just like on the last lap on the Ultras. Just got to be careful, driving very smoothly here. Through Raskas one final time. But Perez, I can't believe he's won the race. What's happened there? Out in the exit, burning up the rears now. Hot lap mode, there we go. Up to the line, and it's P9 for us.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And an incredible win for Force India. A brilliant performance. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
I can see them on their way out to the podium now. Force India have really come a long, long way in this sport. And what a special race this was, to see them earn that top spot.
Right then, looking at the final race results, Sergio Perez has won the Monaco Grand Prix, 4 tenths ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. I'm guessing Ricciardo just could not pass him on the straight and ultimately finishes P2. Kevin Magnussen as well, 3rd place on the podium. Both of those guys on the one-stopper. If it comes down to one-stoppers, we were 3rd of the one-stoppers. So the one-stop race was definitely the way to go after starting from the back of the grid. Then we have Kimi Raikkonen 4th ahead of Sebastian Vettel with Max Verstappen P6. Fernando Alonso on a 2-stop. Very impressive P7 from McLaren there, ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Then myself in P9 with Carlos Sainz rounding out the points. Lewis Hamilton missing out in P11 ahead of Nico Hulkenberg. And further down the order, you can see Stoffel Van Dorn, Esteban Ocon, Romain Grosjean all retired, and Pierre Gasly only P16. So we absolutely dominated my teammate, and he was also on the one-stop as well. So we thoroughly bossed my teammate around the track here today, even though he out-qualified me. So our race pace much stronger. But in terms of the standings, you can see we remain in P12, or should I say we dropped down to P12 after being in P10 momentarily. We still gain some points, but ultimately it doesn't make no difference. Magnussen and Perez are the two guys that shoot up the order with that 1st and 3rd place. So they really jump up and they relegate me 2 places. In terms of the constructors though, we dropped down to P7 after, obviously thanks to Magnussen and Perez's victories and 3rd place respectively. They extend their points gap, so we dropped down to P6 and Renault dropped down to we dropped down to P7 and Renault dropped down to P6. So yeah, overall topsy-turvy race, very enjoyable. That midfield is looking incredibly tight, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having more battles as we now go into the next race, which I believe is Canada, I want to say. So yeah, Canada, and then I think it's Paul Ricard. So I'm looking forward to it. Next few races are going to be very exciting. Hopefully we can put some more upgrades on the car. And speaking of which, let's get into the laptop and let's see what we can buy.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? Things are really heating up between you and your rival, aren't they? Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash? Appreciate your time.
Right then, so here we are on the laptop. Now you can see on the left hand side we are 1 point behind Gasly. Even though we beat him, he did out-qualify me. We are comfortably ahead of Lance Stroll, so I think we're going to win that battle. But we need a big result in the next race in Canada. We need to out-qualify and out-race Gasly to get the upper hand in the battle there. Now, in terms of the R&D, as things stand, we have a major chassis upgrade coming for the Canadian Grand Prix. But we're going to add to that. Look how many points we've got in the top right. I'm not sure why we've got so many. I did practice. I think it's because I did the classic event and it gave me some extra points, because I've noticed that I had a few extra points when I started the episode. So because of that, we're going to have plenty of upgrades to get here. And I think, as much as I want to try and go for reliability, I can focus on that later on in the season. I want to go for some performance. So we are going to continue the engine upgrades here. So I think we're going to go for another engine upgrade, which will only take a week to arrive, so it'll be on the car for the Canadian Grand Prix. And we can still go for another one, which will be a major one, that will arrive for the more sort of power-heavy circuits, and that one's going to arrive in Austria. So we're going to stick that on the car as well. That's going to give us a massive boost. You can see on the bottom there, that should get us where Haas is, more or less, in the engine department. So I'm very happy with that, and that for me is enough. So realistically speaking now, with the 1,200 points, I could either go for aero, or I could save them. I'm going to probably use the aero, because if you look on the graph at the bottom, you can see the aero is the weakest part in the car. So we are going to try and improve them. The parts are getting more expensive because I've been criticising the department a bit. Now, we've got enough points to do 2 upgrades. Can we do actually 2 at the same time? Yes, we can. Right, so there we go. Beautiful. And they should both arrive for Canada. So, essentially, you can see in the bottom right, we are making good progress here. And for the next race, we should have... let me just count these real quick. Okay, so 4 of the 5 upgrades should arrive for the next race. So fingers crossed, those all arrive. If they do, and none of them fail, which I've been extremely lucky with so far this season, if they all arrive, we're going to take a massive step forward in performance, and it's going to really help us out. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. If you have, then do drop a like on the video. Also, do get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content, and turn on notifications, guys, to not miss a single upload from me. And finally, do check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them from past Career Mode videos. And yeah, guys, other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next episode very soon. Goodbye.